In this video, I'll show you how to animate like 0 times 100. You can download the project file for this tutorial using the first link in the description. Let's get straight into it. In the page of DaVinci Resolve, this is my fusion composition and this is a clip. We can do all that in one fusion composition. So I'm going to hold down or duplicate this one and bring it somewhere around here. I'm going to go to effects, drag and drop a fusion composition. Make sure that the fusion composition is about that length. By the way, if you're wondering what my timeline settings are, I'm using a 30 frames per second and vertical resolution because this is an Instagram reel. Let's just open this in the fusion page. I'm just going to make sure I arrange this. Let's get a background node and connect this background, this one. I'm going to bring in media in node. I always like to, when making these tutorials, to see what I'm doing. So just going to try to view there. It's not going to show anything. So change from timeline to background, and this is what we're going to be working on. So first thing, we're going to go like frame 20. Yes, frame 20. I'm just going to make sure I zoom this in, maybe something. I'm going to turn on the guy control G here, control G. I'm going to, let's make this background color black. Create this character. I'm going to get a background node, get another background node and connect this here. Let's just bring this one down here for some space. Let me make sure I'm viewing this here. I'm just going to get an ellipse mask, connect the ellipse mask to this background. In the ellipse node, I'm going to create expression and width, connect the width to the height. Now I'm just going to set the width value to 0.229. I'm going to change the center x to 0.50963 and the y value to 0.590354. Now it fits that head there. So I'm just going to come to this one. Let's make it black. I'm going to change it to gradient. And when you change it to gradient, you're going to see it appears like this. Just take this point and bring it to the center of, let me just bring this over like 50% here so I can see. Now you can just move this point into the middle. You see that it's not appearing as we want. I'm going to change from linear to radial. Now if you pull it like something, I'm just going to make sure I take this black point here and something like so. Just move it like that. Good. And I'm going to come to this one, come to this point here. I'm going to try to make it like a, let's just pick this color from here. Yeah, I think that this one is okay, but we need to fix this one again. Just gonna make sure that I fix it. Yeah, I think that this is better. Now I'm just going to take this down, get another ellipse mask and connect this ellipse mask to this one. I'm just going to bring it down here, just make sure it fits this one. I'm going to arrange this and get another ellipse mask. Now this one I'm going to bring it somewhere around, let's bring it to the center here, and I'm going to connect it to the mask section of this one. See that everything disappears. I'm going to go to the ellipse and invert the ellipse. Now you have something like that. Let's try to fix this background again. I think I should create another point here, and I'm going to make that point completely white. You can fix it as you want. Let me zoom this in. So about 50, we have the mouth, and okay, that one I'm going to get another background node and I'm going to get an ellipse mask again, connect this ellipse here, and in this ellipse I'm going to create expression, add width, connect the width to the height, and I'm going to bring it down, connect this one here and make sure you view that one. All right, now we're just going to make the background color of this one white. Just going to make sure I zoom that one down. I'm going to bring it up here. I think let's just make it 0.01. Now in order to duplicate this, I'm going to shift this up to the side and shift space a duplicate. I'm going to add that one there in the center. I'm going to shift this to the side somewhere around there. Now I can't add this like a mount here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to control C this background, control V. Now I'm going to get an polygon mask, connect this polygon to this one and make sure you're viewing that one here. Now I'm just going to come here, make sure I click on the polygon, and this one is always so tricky. Just make 3 points close to each other. Now you can go to the polygon, uncheck this animation, uncheck solid, and just turn on the border width. Good. That mount is horrible. Let's go to this polygon and make sure you select all and hit this thing which is like S. It's going to smooth that even like that. I think the amount is okay. You can make a better one. Now we're done with this one, and yeah, but if you go forward, you're going to see that you have these three lines here. So I'm just going to create that now. Control C this background again, Control V, or you don't need to Control C, you just need to paste it. And then I'm going to get a polygon mask, connect it here. Now connect this one here. Now I'm going to come to this one. Make sure you draw it here. So I'm just going to come to this one, and I'm going to draw the first one. Click here, hold down Shift, and click somewhere around here. Good. Uncheck this animation again, uncheck solid, uncheck this animation, and turn on the border width. And let's make sure we are viewing that. Good. That border width might be just so. Yes, let's use this one. Now we are just going to Control C, Control V, connect it here. Now we have to I'm just going to shift this one to the side like so. Yeah, and for this one, let me take this one to this side. Yeah, this one is longer, so I'm just going to click here, hold on Shift if you want a straight line. Now we're just going to connect this one here. Make sure that we have the same border with 0.09, and then uncheck solid, uncheck this one, and let's connect all of that. Yes, now you see that they are kind of in the same place. I'm just going to shift this one to this area here. You can bring down the opacity from this merge node somewhere around there. Here, I think it's okay now. So we're going to start animating these lines now. If you look at it, they are coming down from, like, it comes down. Yeah, so what we're going to do is add frame, something like frame 658. I'm going to come to this first one, keyframe the length, go to the second one, go 2 frames forward, and keyframe the length in the second one, go 2 frames forward again, keyframe the length of the third one. Now we're going to come, like, let's just make it like, let's go to frame 68, so each one takes 10 frames. Keyframe the length again, go 2 frames forward in the second one, keyframe the length, go 2 frames forward in the third one, keyframe the length. Now we're just going to go back to the first one, down to 0, second one, down to 0, and in this one, go to the first keyframe, down to 0. So you have it like so. Unless we can change this border style to this one, does not appear before time. Yeah, good. Good. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just going to select all of these, go to spline, make sure I zoom to fit, and I'm going to use S. This animation is mostly S. So now let's bring this element into our scene. So I'm just going to get a background node. I'm going to get an ellipse mask, and now I'm just going to make sure I size this rectangle in a size to make sure that it's, now I want to add all of these elements. So I'm going to get a background node, and I'm going to go to my media pool, get this one, Bitcoin, get this one. All right, I'm just going to connect all of these, and then I can connect this one here, and I can view this one here. All of them appear. So I'm just going to place them around this circle. That's why I use that circle. This first one, I'm just going to change the size to 0.22. Now I can take it up, yes, and to the side. Just make sure you change the size to 0.22, and then you can position it along these lines like so. So I'm just going to quickly do all of that, and we continue. We can add a glow node here, but we're going to do all of that at the end. So let's start the animating this thing. If you look at it, you see the first one comes in at frame 40, at frame 40 to frame 60. So we're just going to come here and add a transform node. Now in this transform node, I'm going to keyframe the size at frame 40, go to frame 50, keyframe the size, go back to frame 40, take it down to 0. Now I'm just going to take this to spline. I want a bounce effect, so I'm just going to do ease out back cubic. Good. So it has like this bounce, but I'm just going to take it down like so and make something like this. Now I'm just going to Control C this transform, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Now I'm going to go to my keyframe stack, open this up. I'm going to select this one. For the second one, you can move the first point to frame 44, and then the third one starts at frame 47. Let's go to the third one, that is the Bitcoin. Let's go to frame 47. I made a mistake with this one. This one comes in at frame 50. So I'm just going to go to frame 50. Make sure this one is at frame 50. And then the last one comes in at frame 55. So I'm just going to go. It's that one takes a lot of time before comes coming in. Now if I play that, good. Yeah, we have it now. Let's go back to this one. You're going to see that. Let me zoom this down. So if you look at it, you see that at the beginning there's an opacity animation for this character, and the character is moving upwards. So we need to add that there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this to this side, and I can connect this here. I can then control all of these using this merge node. So if I bring it down like this, must be viewing this. Yeah, no, you see nothing. If I take it up or take it down, you see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to frame 5. I'm going to keyframe this blend value, come to somewhere around frame 25, keyframe it again. Now go back to this one, take it down to 0. So you have something like so. Yeah, now you can take this to spline, zoom to fit, and S. And if you look at it, you see that it's moving up. I think what we should do is we shouldn't add this one here. I'm going to disconnect this one from here, get a background node, add this background node to this one, bring it down here, connect this one here. Yes, I'm going to delete this merge from here. This merge node, which way I'm going to hold down shift, disconnect this merge from here and connect it here, and bring this merge here. Good. Now we can connect this one here, and we have a new merge node. So now, yes, it starts below and moves up. So I'm just going to take this down and add a transform node here. It moves upwards, so I'm going to go like frame 3-ish. I'm going to keyframe the center X and Y and go to the same frame 25, keyframe it again, go back to frame 3, and you can just take the Y value slightly down, go to spline, zoom to fit, ease out cubic, just make the movement a little bit. I think we can take it down again just a bit. Yeah, this one does, it's not supposed to be here, so I'm just going to delete this merge node. Now if you look at behind here, there's a line that runs from here to here. I'm just going to control C this one. I can just use that. Let me just bring it here. I'm just going to make out some space here. Just going to connect, hold down shift and connect it here. No, no, I'm just going to connect it here. It's going to create a merge node, and I'm going to change the color. I was doing some stupid things. Let's make the color white, and let's go to this, reduce the border width to something, it's very tiny, something like that. Then I'm going to come to the length, I'm going to reduce the length. Let's just, then I'm going to come to this merge node and make sure I flip it. Then I can come back here, and yes, so that it does not pass through this place. It's not, you can't see the line here. So for us to animate this line, I'm just going to, yeah, going to come to frame 50, keyframe the length, go to like frame 70, keyframe the length again, go back to the first one, take it to 0. Now you can make sure that ellipse is selected, and S, yes. But then you have to come to this merge node and bring down the opacity. If you look at it, this is too close to its head. It's supposed to be above there. So we're just going to come here and add a transform node. We're just then take it somewhere up like so. Yes, and if you look at it now, it moves down from frame 45. The movement down starts from frame 45. So I'm just going to come to frame 45. Both the head and all these things, they move. So I'm just going to come to this one. Let's make space down here, and we're going to add a transform node down here. And in the transform node, I'm going to keyframe the center X and Y, and go to frame 80, keyframe it again, and just move this head down to the center till the eyes are around the center there, around here. Now go to spline, zoom to fit, S, let's try S and see. Yeah, let me bring down this thing. Yeah, we're making some progress. And if you look at it from here, there's a zoom in. These icons are increasing in size from frame 80. So I'm just going to unselect this one, come to this transform. We can use this transform, keyframe the size at frame 80. It keeps increasing till about frame 170. So we're just going to, yes, frame 170. And you don't need to increase the size too much. So just make something like so. Yeah, go to spline, zoom to fit S. Now if you look at it, the eyes looks up from around frame 45. We can just come to this one where we have the eyes and the mouth. These are the eyes and this is the mouth, and we have to move all of them together. So what I want to do is I'm going to move this to the side, disconnect this one from here, and then I'm just going to make space up here, take this one up, get a background node here, connect this background node here, connect it here and back here. So now if I add a transform node here, you can see that I can move the head like so. Yes, so let's just center that. So at frame 45, I'm going to keyframe this one as the head looks up and go to frame 60, keyframe it, just take the Y value up like so, make it seem like he's looking up. Go to spline, we're going to use this transform so many times. So S. Now let's just from frame 90, it looks to this side, and there's a mistake I've just done, which is this transform has to control all of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this one from here, disconnect this one from here, and let's move it down, disconnect this transform, move this one up here, connect this here, connect this one here, and this one to this merge. Now we can delete this one. Let's just make that sure that we arrange this one at frame 90. Can keyframe this transform again. It goes to around frame 105. It looks to the left. So if you look at it, this, let me zoom in so that you see we have taken the transform and this frame is too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to this one, add a transform node here, make sure I come somewhere around here, and then can bring it down here. Yeah, go to this transform here from frame 90 to frame 105. Yes, it looks to the side like it's looking at this one. We're just going to then go forward to around frame 115, keyframe it again, then go to frame, you go to around frame 135. Yes, where it's looking at this one, you're just going to move it to the side like so. But then if you look at it, this polygon is moving out of the frame and we don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this head, this ellipse mask, which is the head, Control C, Control Shift V. Yes, and I'll connect this one here. Now you see it's cutting off the head, so we come to back to this transform and make sure that it's at frame 145. You're going to come back to this transform again, keyframe it again. Now it looks, see when it looks back, and take it back to 0 0.5, 0 0.5. Let me just arrange this ones. Now you can take this one to spline, this one to spline, yeah, and make sure select only these 2 points, S, 2 points, S, 2 points. So if we play it, if I zoom back, good, it's okay. Now from frame 165 we have to keep, wait, this, no way. So this ellipse, we're not supposed to connect this ellipse here. We are supposed to connect this ellipse, because if you look at it now, we have cut off this. I was not seeing that. We have cut this one off. We have to look for a position if we connect this, yes, we connect it here, it's still going to affect that one. Sorry about that. It's supposed to be connected here. I didn't see it. So go to frame 165, yeah, frame 165, and then we're going to come to this side. We're going to use this transform node. So keyframe the position X and Y and go to maybe frame 190, keyframe it at frame 190. We just need to take this out of the screen like so. Yes, and let's do zoom to fit, just this one, yes, if it works. Or let's just take this, let's take this keyframe to somewhere around 95. Then let me just go to frame 95, select this one and take it 95. Now that way we can come to somewhere around here, yes, and then try to. Now if you look at the head, as this one is from frame 1, as this one is moving from here to here, we're going to come here. We need to use this transform again. Yeah, it's going to come to frame 170. We're going to keyframe it again. Go to frame 195 where it's completely out. Keyframe it again. At frame 195, we're just going to make sure everything disappears. Good. And we're just going to take that to spline. Yeah. Yes. Let me just see if good. Yeah. So we need to come to this character, which is here, because if you look at from here, the size is getting bigger, the size and the position. So let's add a different transform node, and I'm going to come to the same frame 165, keyframe the center X and Y and the size. Now we're going to just go to maybe it's frame 200 is better. Keyframe that again. I'm going to change the size to 2.412 so it becomes bigger like this, and I'm going to change the center X to 0.782, and this one you change the Y value to 0.259 so it appears somewhere around here. And I think that this ellipse is too sharp, so we need something like a soft edge. I think that is better now. So let's come back to this transform node. Yes, just select this transform, just hit S. You can see how easy it is to make this animation. So let me play that for you now so that you can see where we are. I need to fix this ellipse. Yeah, it's better now. And if I play it now, you see, yeah, good, good. So from here, let's just complete the movement. It starts around frame. Okay, so from here, you can go to this one, frame 210. We can keyframe the center X. It goes, yep, maybe 235 keyframe, and we just take it out this way. Now go to spline, zoom to fit S, but make sure that the N is fast. In fact, I'm not gonna use this transform node. I'm just gonna delete these 2 points. Better come down here. I'm going to add one more transform node. Now frame 110, I'm going to keyframe the center X and Y. Go to frame 135, keyframe it again, and now at 135, I'm going to take it out of the screen like so. And with this one now, I can go to spline, zoom to fit S. Now let's see. Yes, you see with this one I can then make sure I do something. I think that with that we are done with this one for now. We're going to add glue to all of these, but yeah, good. I think that that's okay. Now if you look at it from here, these screenshots are coming in from here. So what I'm going to do, and the screenshots are in front of the character, we would see it as in front, but it's behind his composition. So I just need to make some space to the left, like take this thing to the left and make room here. So I'm just going to come to this side and make sure that I get a rectangle mask. I'm just going to make sure we look at it. I'm just going to size that rectangle mask like so. I'm going to connect this here. Good. And this is what we got. Yeah, you can choose to add an outline to it like he did here, but that's going to take all the time. Now I'm going to add an image plane to this one, add a camera. He's going to create this merge, and I'm going to search for a renderer 3D. You can use 2D, but I don't know if it's going to look good, because you see you have depth here. So just connect this one here. Now if you try to look at this, you won't see anything. Go to the camera, and we're just going to try to take the Y value back here. And then from this image plane, you can just take it front, take it to the side, and position it however you want it to be. So you can use all of these screenshots. I'm just going to use 3 for now. You can add as many images as you want. I'm just doing something random. You can take your time. Now you can come to this renderer and hit hardware render, even though there will be no animation here. I choose to do my animation by adding a transform node here. And let me go back to viewing this background. I need to turn it back up to black. Good, around frame 74. So come to this transform, keyframe center X, frame 74, yeah, to frame 200. Now go back to this one and take it out of the screen like so. Yes, good. And then if you look at it, the size is increasing from this frame 200. You're going to keyframe the size increases till it stops around here. Let's go to, we ended it at frame 135 back there. I'm just going to increase the size here. Now select all of these. We're just going to do this one. This one is supposed to be a little bit faster. Let's do is out cubic. Yes, yes. And then let's go to this size, unselect this one, zoom to fit, select that one, S. Now if I go back to this one and we are viewing this, good. Okay, you see that there's an issue here, so we need to go back here and fix this transform node. So let's go to this transform node and fix this one. So we're just going to select this one, make it slow somewhere around here, so that, yes. And with that, all this that is left is for us to add glow. So I'm going to shift space soft glow. Good. I'm going to add soft glow to this one so that it might just make that glow a little bit. Glow size, increase the glow size. And let's come to this head. Let me add this shift space with soft glow. And come to this one, same thing, shift space, glow. Or you can just add one glow node here. It still works. And with that, I think we have come to the end of our animation. I think so. So let me reduce this workspace so that it does not explode my laptop. Yeah, let me just mute this one. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our tutorial. If you got value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.